say, it hasn't been a banner year for Donner, who was still at Marestam Central Prison at the time of publication. The beleaguered regent has come under intense scrutiny in recent months, following his very public affair with his sister-in-law, an ugly on-again, off-again relationship with his wife, and the revelation that Belle is finally carrying the heir to the Braddock's throne, but is also most likely seeking a divorce. Inside sources expect a formal indictment within the next 24 hours, with possible charges ranging from misdemeanor offenses like unlawful use of magic and avoiding the magical registry to felonies like destruction of property, arson, assault, and even attempted murder. Or, if Ms. Kane's consciousness decides to leave Marestam for good, just plain murder. Both of his alleged victims are being kept under excruciatingly tight lock and key. No joke, I've tried everything, and none of their loved ones returned calls for comment. So for now, we'll have to assess his guilt using quasi-reliable eyewitness accounts like this one from Bartholomew Mears, a corporate accountant who was staying at the Phoenix on the night in question. I'm not one of those anti-magic fanatics, says the numbers cruncher, who is now enjoying a complimentary suite at the Waldorf Plaza, one of many organizations that stepped in to help in the wake of this tragedy. But my wife and I will never forget the look on that man's face when we raced downstairs to see what all the commotion was about. I swear on the cornerstone of Carpale Castle, Donner Wickenham's eyes were glowing red and he moved like something I've never seen except in horror movies. I'm not saying he had fur or claws or fangs, though I can't entirely dismiss the latter, what with all the thrashing about, but I've never seen a little magic do that to anyone before. Nor have I, Bartow, which begs a very dangerous question. Are we to believe Donner's magical abilities are really that strong? Or is there something else at play here? Is it possible, just possible, that when he lost Belle's love, he also lost the antidote for the curse she broke 5 years ago? Could the King of Braddocks be transforming back into a beast all over again? Only time, and your faithful King of Gossip, will tell. In addition to installing Angus Kane as temporary steward of the Braddocks throne and issuing an international arrest warrant for Hazel Wickenham's deceit, unenforceable so long as she never gets nabbed on Marestam soil, Parliament has responded to Friday's tragedy by reconvening its Magical Security Committee, MSC, for the first time in half a decade. The move has sparked both cheers and jeers throughout the kingdoms, with demonstrators from all sides converging on Capitol Park over the weekend, and ruining a beautiful candlelight vigil in the process. When asked about the MSC's marching orders, Kane gave his usual ambiguous answer, ripe with glittering generalities and inconsequential truths. When I laid my hand on our sacred Constitution and pledged my life to the people of Marestam 12 years ago, my #1 priority was keeping them safe. A great many things have changed since that time. My hair color and daily ratio of fan to hate mail, for example, but my pledge most certainly has not. What happened with the Wickenhams shows a flaw in our system that must be identified and rectified before any more innocents are sacrificed, before any more blood is shed. This should in no way be interpreted as a move to divide those with magical heritage from those without. If anything, it is a way to unify all law-abiding citizens, regardless of class or title, and protect them against those who might do us harm. And there you have it, folks. Unintelligible clarity from the upper echelons. Chapter 1. Belle. Belle vowed not to cry until her room was completely empty and her baby was safe in the hospital nursery a few floors below. Dr. Frolic had been insisting for hours that this was the best place for him, at least for the first night while she got her bearings. The phrase was laughable. Got her bearings? Not 2 days ago, her handy week-by-week pregnancy calendar said her baby was roughly the size of a spaghetti squash. It said his lips and eyebrows were becoming more distinct, and while the eyes were no longer fused shut, they'd yet to acquire any pigment.